What if small doesn't mean weak anymore? What if compact actually means capable, tough, and ready for adventure? Today, we're taking a first deep look at the 2026 Kia Retona 4x4, small size. A vehicle that feels like it was built for people who love dirt roads, mountain trails, and snowy mornings, but still need something practical for everyday life. Kia is clearly aiming at a very specific audience here, and by the end of this video, you might be wondering whether this little 4x4 makes more sense than many larger SUVs on the road today. Let's start from the backside, because the rear of the 2026 Kia Retona 4x4 instantly shows its off-road mindset. The tail design is upright and functional, not curved or overly styled. The tailgate looks solid and purposeful, giving you confidence that it's ready to handle gear, tools, or camping equipment without complaint. The rear LED lights are square-shaped and simple, which fits perfectly with the rugged personality of the car. There's no unnecessary chrome or fancy light animations here, just clear visibility and durability. The rear bumper sits high, helping with departure angles when driving off-road. Do you prefer this honest, tool-like design, or do you like SUVs that try to look sporty even from the back? Moving along the left side, the compact proportions of the Retona really start to stand out. This is a small vehicle, but it doesn't look fragile. The wide wheel arches and thick black protective cladding give it a tough stance, almost like it's wearing armor. Short overhangs at both ends improve approach and departure angles, which is something true off-road fans always appreciate. The high ground clearance makes it clear that this isn't just a city crossover pretending to be adventurous. Sitting on 17 or 18-inch off-road style wheels, the Retona looks ready to tackle gravel, mud, and uneven terrain without hesitation. Compared to something like a standard Kia Sportage, this feels far more rugged and purpose-built. Would you choose a smaller but tougher 4x4 over a larger, softer SUV? Now let's walk around to the right side, and the story remains consistent. The straight body lines and upright design give the Retona a very classic off-road silhouette. It almost feels like a modern interpretation of old-school compact 4x4s, the kind that focused more on capability than comfort. The side mirrors are chunky and practical, and the doors look solid, giving the impression that this car is built to last. Compared to the Suzuki Jimny, which is very playful and iconic, the Retona feels slightly more mature and usable for daily driving. Do you think Kia has found the right balance between retro off-road charm and modern practicality here? Before stepping inside, it's worth mentioning the front briefly because it defines the character of the vehicle. The upright front end, square LED headlights, and large grille give the 2026 Kia Retona 4x4 a confident, almost stubborn face. It looks like a vehicle that doesn't back down easily. There's a seriousness to the design, but it's not intimidating. Instead, it feels friendly in a rugged way, like a reliable adventure companion rather than a flashy showpiece. Now let's get into the interior, and this is where Kia takes a very deliberate approach. The cabin of the Retona 4x4 follows a simple, purpose-driven philosophy. The vertically oriented infotainment screen is easy to read, especially when driving on uneven surfaces. Physical buttons are still present, which is a huge win for off-road use, because touchscreens alone can be frustrating when the road gets rough. Large air vents and clear control layouts give the driver a strong sense of command over the vehicle. Everything feels logical and easy to reach. The materials inside aren't overly soft or luxurious, but that actually works in the Retona's favor. They feel durable, easy to clean, and built to handle dirt, dust, and daily wear. This is not an interior designed to impress passengers with fancy trim. It's designed to survive real use. The seats are wide with good side support, helping keep you comfortable on longer journeys and stable when driving off-road. Rear seat space is practical for a vehicle of this size, especially for two passengers, and the cargo area feels surprisingly usable for camping gear, luggage, or outdoor equipment. Would you sacrifice a bit of luxury for an interior that feels tougher and more reliable long-term? Storage solutions inside the cabin are smart and functional. You get usable door pockets, a decent center console, and enough space to keep essentials within reach. It's clear that Kia understands this vehicle will be used by people who actually go places, not just commute to the office. Now let's talk about what powers the 2026 Kia Retona 4x4, because performance is where expectations really matter. The Retona is expected to offer either a 2-liter gasoline or diesel engine, producing around 190 to 210 horsepower. On paper, these numbers might not sound dramatic, but in a compact and lightweight 4x4, they make a lot of sense. The focus here is usable torque and steady power delivery rather than outright speed. This setup should feel confident in city driving, while still being capable enough for off-road trails and slippery surfaces. The full-time 4x4 system is a key highlight, providing strong traction at low speeds and better control on snow, mud, or gravel. This is where the Retona separates itself from many small SUVs that only offer all-wheel drive for mild conditions. The automatic transmission is expected to shift smoothly, while a manual mode gives the driver more control on steep descents or uneven terrain. The suspension setup is firmer than a typical crossover, which helps keep the vehicle stable on dirt roads without making it uncomfortable on paved roads. Would you rather have a softer ride or a more controlled, confidence-inspiring feel when the road disappears? Fuel efficiency is expected to be reasonable for a vehicle with true 4x4 hardware, especially compared to larger off-road SUVs. This makes the Retona appealing to buyers who want adventure without paying the price at the fuel pump every week. Now let's talk about price and market position, because this is where the 2026 Kia Retona 4x4 becomes very interesting. The expected European pricing is estimated between €27,000 and €32,000. This places it above standard compact SUVs, but below premium off-road vehicles. In other words, it sits in a sweet spot for buyers who want real capability without spending luxury money. It positions itself as a serious alternative to vehicles like the Suzuki Jimny, while offering more space, comfort, and everyday usability. Kia's strong reputation for reliability, combined with its wide service network, adds extra confidence for long-term ownership. For many buyers, knowing that maintenance and parts won't be a headache is just as important as off-road capability. Do you think this pricing makes the Retona a better value than its competitors? So let's bring it all together in the final verdict. The 2026 Kia Retona 4x4 small size is not trying to be everything for everyone. Instead, it knows exactly what it wants to be: a compact, tough, and honest off-road vehicle that still works in daily life. It blends classic off-road design with modern safety and convenience features without losing its rugged soul. It's small enough to be easy to live with, yet capable enough to inspire real adventures. This is the kind of vehicle that appeals to people who value function over flash and capability over image. If you've been searching for a compact 4x4 that feels authentic, dependable, and ready for real-world use, the Retona might deserve a serious look. Is this the kind of off-road vehicle you've been waiting for, or do you still prefer bigger SUVs with more power? If you enjoyed this in-depth first look and want more honest, engaging car content like this, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and follow Lux Drive Review for the latest automotive insights. Your support helps the channel grow, and I'll see you in the next one.